Hey there, welcome back. So I just read Mona Awad's new book, All's Well, and I really enjoyed it, but I do have some thoughts. Basically, this book is about a former actress who is suffering from chronic pain and wants to put on the play with her class that she's teaching called All's Well. But her students want to put on the play, or wants to put on the Scottish play. This book is listed as horror thriller, but really it's feels more speculative absurdism, dark fantasy. I'm not quite sure, but it's not really a thriller and it's not really horror. The beginning of this book is honestly really dark, depressing, and just exhausting is the right way to describe it. You're really in this lady's head. You feel her frustration with her chronic pain. You go into how her pain is invisible. The doctors aren't taking her seriously. The people around her think that she should already be healed and that they're blaming her for not being healed. Like she's keeping herself sick. She wants to be sick because there's no other explanation. She can't really be in this much pain. She must be doing it for sympathy kind of thing. Like, you should be healed by now. Enough time has passed. And she's frustrated that that's not the case for her. Everyone just wants to push her aside and forget about her. And it's really frustrating and exhausting just being in her head and experiencing it. I can see other readers not enjoying this beginning section of the book. Because again, it's exhausting. And I kind of loved it. Not kind of loved it. I really, really loved the beginning of this book. I was immersed in her situation, everything she was going through. The frustration, how she's wallowing in her pain, and just everyone around her, and chronic pain and the invisible pain. I do not suffer from any form of that, and it was just an intense read. Then you meet her three patrons, and that's when the dark, magical realism, speculative aspect takes over. There's a tonal shift, there's a change in her and those around her, and how it affects the world. And Mona Awad just gets weird. Things are not tied up in a neat little bow in the story. There are things left unexplained, and it kind of suits the tone. This book really functions on a fairy tale dreamlike logic, so you don't really expect everything to be summed up at the end or make sense. On the plus side, I really, really want to read all of Shakespeare now. I love the patrons so much. I love the descent into madness. I really did enjoy most of the characters and how they were written, but it was the writing style. The writing style that Mona Awad has is just, I absolutely adore it. It's rhythmic, mystical, weird, and just really dreamlike is the best way to describe it. Unfortunately, I am someone who just needs more direction, especially in their plot, especially near the end of this book. The last 75, 50 or so pages, it was really, really hard for me to get through. And yeah, this is not a plot really focused book. And for anyone who's a character focused reader, I don't really feel that the characters changed much or were all that memorable. Really, it was kind of their situations that they were in were memorable. But in terms of plot and character development, not to my personal taste. Now, in all fairness, I don't even think I understood the last third of this book. It just got weird and I had no idea what was going on. I don't think I was supposed to know what was going on. An event happened and that's all I got. Overall, I'm giving this a 3.5 stars. There's just something about Mona Awad's books and her writing. I've only ever read one more by her, Bunny. Again, it didn't really hit for me. I think I gave it a 2-star. It was very weird with an interesting concept, but lacked the plot focus that I need to enjoy a book. And I just love her writing, and I know someday she's going to write something and it's going to be the perfect combination of her fantastic, whimsical, weird writing, and just enough plot that is just going to click for me, and I'm going to love it, and I'm willing to pick up every book by her and read them all until that day happens, because it just has to. I really, really just love how she writes, and I love the concept of her books so much. I just need a little bit more plot, just a little tiny bit more. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got, and I'll see you later. Bye.